a language, it's not just grammar and vocabulary that change. Intonation, the rise and fall of your voice in speaking, plays a significant role in understanding and expressing meaning. That's why in today's lesson we'll see the main intonation patterns in Brazilian Portuguese in a practical and easy to follow way. Olá pessoal! Today's lesson was suggested by a valued subscriber and member of Plain Portuguese Club who took on the challenge of sending me a video in Portuguese with his request. Bom dia!
Bom dia, Bea! Não esqueci seu desafio. Toda vez que penso em algo, você já tem uma aula sobre isso. Eu diria que adoro ouvir você falar português. Você tem vídeos sobre a pronúncia, mas talvez um sobre a entonação? A subida e descida da sua voz pode ser algo em que podemos nos concentrar. Claro que você faz isso toda vez, mas chamar nossa atenção para isso pode ser bom para nossa fala. Muito obrigado por tudo.
Obrigada pela participação e pela sugestão. Gostei! Now I want more videos or audios in Portuguese. Send them. Remember to send them to this email address. Gostei! Now, let's begin. When spoken, all languages display some kind of change in intonation or pitch. In Brazilian Portuguese, these changes are strongly linked to the message a speaker wants to convey. As a result, when intonation changes, so does meaning. In Brazilian Portuguese, in spoken Brazilian Portuguese, the most common intonation patterns are tied to 4 types of sentences. Statements, yes or no questions, questions with or, and questions with interrogative pronouns such as o que, qual, quando, como, and finally, exclamatory or emotional sentences. Today we'll focus on statements and questions. Next class we'll deal with exclamatory and emotional sentences. Don't miss it. In Brazilian Portuguese, in neutral statements, the pitch intonation starts a bit flat and falls gradually by the end of the statement, creating a sense of closure. Examples. He likes to listen to samba. In Portuguese, ele gosta de escutar samba. Ele gosta de escutar samba. Notice that the stressed syllables are emphasized, but still intonation falls gradually by the end of the statement. Ele gosta de escutar samba. Repita. Ele gosta de escutar samba. What happens if we add other elements to the sentence? If we say, he likes to listen to samba, bossa nova, and forró. By the way, these are Brazilian musical styles. In Portuguese, ele gosta de escutar samba, bossa nova e forró. Yes, it falls by the end of the statement. Repeat after me. Ele gosta de escutar samba, bossa nova e forró. Ele gosta de escutar samba, bossa nova e forró. Now it's your turn. How could you say this sentence in Portuguese? He plays the acoustic guitar. In Portuguese, ele toca violão. Ele toca violão. Now let's add a few other instruments. Acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and the bass. Ele toca violão, guitarra e contrabaixo. Ele toca violão, guitarra e contrabaixo. Now what if we have negative statements? Well, the negative particle is emphasized and intonation keeps falling by the end of the statement. Examples. He doesn't like to listen to axé, another Brazilian musical style. Ele não gosta de escutar axé. Ele não gosta de escutar axé. He doesn't play percussion instruments. Ele não toca instrumentos de percussão. Yes, it falls by the end of the statement. Again, ele não toca instrumentos de percussão. Muito bem, before moving on, have you given this lesson a thumbs up? Make sure you do it. It's important that you give me some feedback. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you again. I like it. Now let's see what happens to intonation in yes or no questions. Unlike English, Portuguese doesn't use inversions or auxiliary verbs to construct questions. That's why in Portuguese intonation is crucial in yes or no questions to avoid confusion with statements. Without the correct tone, your question might sound like a statement. Therefore, in yes or no questions in Brazilian Portuguese, the pitch rises at the end, creating a sense of uncertainty or expectation as if you were, and you are, waiting for an answer. So remember, the pitch rises at the end of yes or no questions. Examples. Do you like dancing? Você gosta de dançar? Você gosta de dançar? Yeah, don't say você gosta de dançar. No, that's a statement. Question? Você gosta de dançar? Você gosta de dançar? If you don't rise the pitch, you are not asking me if I like dancing. You are stating that I like dancing. So intonation must go up at the end of a yes or no question. Your turn. Now, can you ask me, do you know how to samba? Very good. Você sabe sambar? Você sabe sambar? Now ask me, do you want to learn to samba? Você quer aprender a sambar? Você quer aprender a sambar? Don't forget that when answering affirmatively, Brazilians rarely say yes, sim, but we often use the verb that was used in the question. Below is the link to a great lesson on that. Watch it after you finish watching this one. Now let's practice a little bit. First, you'll be the one asking me questions, and I'll be the one answering them. Yes, so here we have the questions. You may start. Mais ou menos. Ainda não. Gostaria. Now let's change roles. I'll be the one asking you questions. Você sabe sambar? Você já foi ao carnaval no Rio? Você gostaria de ir? Muito bom, muito bom. Moving on. Unlike yes or no questions, in questions with or, the pitch rises before or and falls at the end. Yeah, so examples. Do you prefer to stay home or go out tonight? Em português, você prefere ficar em casa ou sair hoje à noite? Mais uma vez. Você prefere ficar em casa ou sair hoje à noite? Do you want to go to a restaurant or a bar? Em português, Você quer ir a um restaurante ou a um barzinho? Você quer ir a um restaurante ou a um barzinho? In questions with interrogative pronouns, like onde, quando, quem, como, the pitch rises slightly at the beginning of the question, emphasizing the question word, and falls at the end. Yeah, so remember to emphasize the question word and then pitch falls by the end of the question. So, for example, what do you want to do tonight? O que você quer fazer hoje à noite? O que você quer fazer hoje à noite? Where do you prefer to go? Aonde você prefere ir? Aonde você prefere ir? How can we get there? Como podemos chegar lá? Como podemos chegar lá? Now let's practice a little bit with questions with or and interrogative pronouns. I'll be the one asking you questions. Don't forget to answer them. Answer them out loud. I can hear you. No, I can't. No, I can't. Okay, the first one is: o que você quer fazer hoje à noite? Você prefere ficar em casa ou sair? Você quer ir a um restaurante ou a um barzinho? Now let's change roles. Please start asking me questions. Ainda não sei. Prefiro sair. Ah, quero ir a um barzinho com música. Muito bom! Did you like today's lesson? If you did, don't miss next class where you learn how to use intonation to express your feelings properly. And thank you very much for watching another lesson. See you next time. Até a próxima. Tchau. Tchau. Tchau.